What's up, guys? Charlie here. Welcome back to Conquering Kerbal Space Program. Oh, yeah. I don't really have anything like serious to do for this episode, but I'm kind of picking up some loose ends. I've got a bunch of stuff that kind of needs to be addressed, and we're going to start with Duna, or sorry, not Duna. We're going to start with Minmus. We've got this refueler rig that's been orbiting Minmus for, I don't know, like 150 days. And I forget who's in it, but the poor guy that's in it has the engineer. It's Surefry Kerman. Surefry's been in this thing for like 150 days, just orbiting Minmus in a little pod. I feel bad for him. So we're going to get him onto the surface. We have a couple of contracts here. The first is, oh, now this one says, this is new, rotate the crew. Okay, so we have to what? Bring 2 more Kerbals up and recover. We have to recover all 5 of these guys. We have to recover Bill Kerman twice. I'm not sure I'm going to do that one. But I accepted the, where is it? I accepted the contract for a network around Duna and Eve, or sorry, Duna and Ike, because we already have things on the way to Duna and Ike. So like we might as well get those contracts sorted out. So this will give us 2 million, which is pretty good. And then we have to extract ore from Minmus and deliver it to Kerbin. This thing here is, like, we need to do that. But before we do that, we've got some contracts here about base locations and scouting for bases. So there's one here that says send crew to the Minmus station. That's eventually, sure. But we're looking for this one. Scan for a suitable location for a new base. High resolution altimetry scan of Minmus, 87%. We need to have a suitable location for a base on Minmus. So some of these contracts are starting to get us to do things with Minmus, if that makes any sense. So we're going to take advantage of some of that stuff. But before we do that, let's see about getting Surefry onto the surface where some good amount of resources will be. So we can drop this tank off and get him home, because he's another engineer and that'd be nice to have him. All right, so here we are. This is the refueling rig. I don't know what it is, but the solar panels are kind of messed up. They're like, let me look at them. They're straight out instead of being down. If I retract the panels, they go in like that. And if I then extend them, then they come out the right way. But when you load, they're not the right way. And I don't quite understand why it's doing that. But they'll open up just fine now, so that's pretty good. Okay, so we got Minmus. It's right over there. We just got to get to it. And we got to get down on the surface. So let's get a maneuver set up to help us do that. I'm going to do it kind of near... I feel like this ground base we're going to have should be kind of near the equator. Near-ish the equator. So we're going to go up a little bit and retrograde a bunch of it. Not that much, though. Okay, that works. We have local control because we do have Surefry in the vessel, but we also have a probe core on there, and I'm going to have the probe perform the maneuver. So this is going to bring us, how close? 21. I feel like we can get a little bit closer than 21. So let's bring this thing into like, I don't know, 12. Really close. Okay. So 6-second burn, 32.9 meters per second. Sounds good. Do we want to? How do I see the map for resources? Okay, so we've got the map open here for ScanSat map, if you will, and we can examine Minmus for good spots to mine ore, and there's a lot of good spots to mine ore on Minmus. I'm kind of thinking like this Greater Flats area is kind of where we're going to be here for the base, because it's just a big flat area. I think it's going to work really well for minerals. But so this is kind of where I'm thinking our base will be. But what else is there? You know, what else is? Oh, that's the hydrates. Oh, okay. So this is ore here. Greater Flats still has 5% concentration of ore. That's pretty good. There's some 7% over here. Lowlands, 7% right here. That's not bad. I'm not too concerned about the differences in 2% though. 1%, 7%. These are all like slopey areas. I'm not really into landing there. We do have pretty high concentrations of it at the poles. Looks like 7% all around here. And at the top as well. But I think we're gonna stick around the greater flats. There's a 5% here. What else is around here? Is there water here? Ooh, no water here. So maybe we need to come over. Ooh, see the base, if it's gonna be, I'm not sure this one needs to be self-sufficient per se. The base, I mean. Not really sure it needs to be self-sufficient, but I mean, it would be nice to have, it'd be nice to have it self-sufficient. These are the highlands. Highlands here. Darn it. No water in those greater flats. What about, see, it said hydrates are there though. I'm not sure the difference for life support. I haven't really dug into the life support like critically yet in regards to the difference between hydrates and water and how to get substrates. Like substrates, I think, were the things we needed to have, I think, in order to make water. You can make water from substrates, I think. I don't remember. But I do know that the greater flats that I wanted to land in doesn't have it. Like, there's a lot of great resources, but not a whole lot of stuff that is located in the exact same area. We've got 7% hydrates in this greater flats, which is great. But if we go to substrates, there's nothing there. You know, that's a marker. There's nothing in there. I mean, I guess there's a little bit here. 3%, on the slope there. And there's some all around the perimeter. This is right here. There's this greater flats right here has some substrates. Minerals, not really, but I'm not sure. I mean, we're gonna maybe have to have 2 bases. What about ore? Oh, really? Okay. I was like, what? Yeah, ore is pretty good here too. So this down here actually might be the best spot. Look at, this is where our science ship is. Whoa, are we already in the right spot over there? Hold on, ore is good. It's 5% concentration of ore right where our ship is. That's good. What about hydrates? Hydrates, there's 7% concentration. Looking pretty good. Okay, so far so good. I like this. Now there's no water, but there are some substrates there. It's only 1%, but there's something there. Probably be better to have a higher concentration, but like I don't know where, like I don't know. So this looks okay. 1%'s here. If I needed to get a little higher concentration, I could come over to the slopes. There's 3% right here next to the slopes, so that might be all right. What about minerals? Minerals, there's some nearby. It's really low concentrations. I'm gonna need to get a rover on the ground to get a feel for it, but they're really low concentrations, but I mean, there is kind of some nearby. It's not as good as this area over here though. Good ore here, no hydrates. Decent substrates though. Yep, 4%. What about water? No water. There's water down here. Just pull water right out of the ground. There's no place around the equator that really has water, right? I mean, kinda. Here, there's water here. 3%. There was a blip there where it said 3%. I saw it. I don't know where it is, but I saw it. Oh, come on. Maybe I didn't see it. I was almost sure that I was sure that I saw it, but whatever. Okay, so 1% water. Apparently, like, all the water is just really low. Metal ore, we've got some there. Okay, there's that. What about uranium? Okay, there's no uranium, but there's a little bit, like, off to the side. Ooh, 4% concentration over here. So I could have, like, a base and then some uranium mining over here. Substrates, not a whole lot there, but there is a little bit off to the side, kind of like down in this area. Rare metals, again, kind of off in this area. So maybe we adjust it to be here. What if we adjusted the base to be here? Where's the water? If we make the base like right here on the edge of this water, like if I put, just for the sake of doing so, I'm gonna set, oh, Minmus station, what? No. What? No, I want to put a marker here. Alright, apparently I have to... Well, we'll just kind of watch it. So we'll put, actually, let's put that little satellite right on top of where we want this. So let's say we make a base there, where that satellite is. If we did that, we would have access to uranium. It's a 0% here, but like really close by, we'd have uranium. Substrates, again, really close by, we'd have some substrates, 3% concentration right there. Minerals, really close by, basically on top of this, so we could have minerals and water, which is good. Metallic ore, not bad, 4% right on top of the base, pretty good. Carbonite's good for converting into fuels as well, so we have that, 4% concentration there, that's great. Of course, ore concentration is also there at 7%, very cool. Okay, so this is pretty much abundant everywhere, so that doesn't matter. Dirt, 16% concentration of dirt. Not sure if that's high. Looks like there's some 24s and 18s, but whatever. Exotic minerals. Look at that. Right on. Oh, I think this is our spot, guys. The biome map is showing that this is in the highlands, so it's not going to be flat, I don't think. But, like, I think this is it. Rare metals. There's some rare metals close by. Is there? 4%, 3%. There's some like this. It's green, but like I don't think green is. I think you want red, but we're still really close to this red area. Minerals. Yeah, I think this is where we want our base. This spot right here. So maybe I can put a waypoint there. Add a waypoint. Set location on map. So like if I put a waypoint there, can I do that? Like basically like right here, or is it here? I don't remember. It's one of these two. I think it's right here. If I put a pin right there, and I say base location, base location. Is it gonna show it to me on the map though? Oh, it's what? 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 Okay, that's clearly not what I wanted. Pooey, that's not what I want. Okay, so we gotta figure out a way to, I gotta figure out a way to get to see that spot. Where is that spot? I recognize it by the pattern on there, I think. I think it's... Is it this one? Is it right here? No, I think it's actually... Damn. Where'd it go? Is it right here? Where's water? Water would tell me. Yeah, water would tell me. So it's right here. Okay. So we gotta find a way to mark that spot on the map. I wish I could find it. Maybe the big map will tell me water locations. Maybe. Okay, guys, we're back, and I think, look, our little target setter is back in the window. I don't know if you remember from like long ago, like a ways back episodes. Our target, I was like trying to figure out how to mark it, and it looks like it says MechJeb target, so it looks like you have to have MechJeb installed on the vehicle in order to make the mark. Right now the mark is there, we don't want it there. So I want to set it, I think it's this here. I think that's the spot. Ooh, maybe. I think I got it right. Oh, there it is. I do want to go just a little bit higher though. So let's set the target to be like maybe there. All right, that's where I want to land. I'm pretty sure I want my base there because it looks like it's just really central to like everything, which is really great. So let's time accelerate so that we can perform this maneuver that we want to perform. And we'll see about getting this tank down in that spot. Then we'll come out here with a rover and really finalize where we want the base to be. And then we'll send some buildings up here to make a base on Minmus while we're waiting for our Duna ships to get to Duna. How's that sound? I like that idea. And we can actually, you know, get an idea for what the assembly process will be like on another world. By just using Minmus, which is probably the easiest one to do, I think, just because of gravity. It might be easier actually to move things around, modules around and stuff. It might be easier to do it on the moon, just because of the slightly increased gravity. But it's a lot harder to find a really good spot on the moon. To where here, I think, hopefully, this is somewhat flat in a very small area. This base isn't going to be very big. But it is going to have to be at least somewhat sufficient for, getting us some fuel resources to send it to the station. So that's the whole purpose. We have a station which will store stuff for us to, rendezvous with and refuel and make sure we're good for going off to other planets. And then we need the ground stations to gather all of the resources that we want. And then the ground stations, when they gather the resources, they'll bring it up to the station. And then, the station will store it or distribute it however we need from there. So they're going to kind of work together. I'm not sure about how many Kerbals we'll need to do it, but I do know that we're going to need some more rescue missions because I kind of need some more Kerbals. I would really like to have some more Kerbals. Okay, so let's just time accelerate, and we're forming the maneuver somewhere. Where are we? We're over here. And there's the maneuver, and we're done. Okay. Sounds good. Now we'll just take and get on the periapsis, and we'll bring the apoapsis in to about, I don't know, like 12 sounds good for me there too. It's a little bit inclined. So let's maybe just bring it down just a tad. We have a lot of fuel on this craft. If I bring up Kerbal Engineer. Lots of fuel here, 3,855 meters per second of delta V. It's a ton of fuel on this. This rig was meant to refuel anything that ran out of fuel. But at the time, it sounded like a great idea. But now I just want to drop the tank down. So I just want the Kerbal back home. I want the Kerbal back home, but I don't want to waste the fuel. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on the ground down here. That's the goal, I think. How much fuel is in this? Yeah, quite a bit. Quite a lot of it. All liquid fuel, because we are rocking the old 4-way nuclear engines on this, which pretty sure this is expired now. This is a retired configuration. We're using the bigger nuclear engine now. All right, so let's get ourselves moving through here. There we go. And we're going to perform one more maneuver to bring ourselves closer. And then we'll come home after we get, after we get this down on the ground. We'll lift off and go home. That's the whole point. Getting to be pretty low. Not quite where we want to be yet, though. I think we're getting close, but not quite where we want to be. Impact in 118 seconds. This doesn't look very flat, I'll tell you that right now. Might have to have our base up on a hill. I'm thinking so. Because I'm thinking right here is where this spot is. Which is really unfortunate, but that looks like that's the way it is. Yeah, we're actually past it. So I'm gonna need to go backwards, but that's all right. So we're heading backwards now, kinda. Want to head back towards that spot. There we go. There we go. So right about here-ish. It looks awful hilly, guys. I'm not sure the base should be here. I don't know about this. This does not look flat enough for a base. We might have to have sort of a base that's connected with hoses, maybe. Like have it be modular, like different units on the ground next to each other and then connect them with hoses. Could do that. Kind of weird, but could do that. If we want to make the base, we want to have the most optimal location for self-sufficiency, right? That's the whole point. As well as, the greatest number of resources in the smallest area. That's sort of what we're going for, I think. So, well, let's see what we can do then. We're falling down here. We've got this this mountain here, which is going to block the sun a bit more. But I don't know if it's really a big deal. Can't see the ground. This says 11 seconds till impact, or 8 seconds now. See the ground now. Okay, well, we're on the ground. It's, it's not flat. Is it the right spot, though? See, it's a little bit over. It's a little bit over from where we want to be. We want to be as far this way as possible, but, this way is, I think it's up that hill a bit more. I think that's where this is. So if I was to rotate this way, right, and then I was to, say, go this direction. We are pretty much over where we want to be. We're heading the right direction, too. Yeah, we're headed the right direction. So I think our proposed impact point is in a good spot now, I think. Yeah, I think we're going in good shape now. We're heading over more where we want to be. It is pretty slopey, though. It's not flat. Okay. So just get MechJed to keep us upright. There we go. Time accelerate until the sun is above us. There we go. Now we can see what we're working with, huh? It's not bad. It's definitely not flat, okay? The ship right now is pointing straight up. So I think it is. No, it is slanted. Okay, so the ship's not slanted, it's just having a hard time staying straight up. But, it's kind of on top of a hill. It's really definitely on top of a hill. It's on top of a really big hill. It's probably one of the higher points on Minmus, probably. It says that we are right now almost 5,000 meters above the surface level, or above sea level, if you will, on Minmus. So, yeah, I think this might work. I think we're going to do this location. Okay, so since we're going to do this location, all I need to do is basically decouple this, and I'm going to actually take and retract all of the solar panels right now. Then we're going to activate this engine. Nope, that's not it. That's it, okay? So that engine's activated. Now we're going to decouple this. How come you're not firing? Like I'm totally throttling up and you're not doing anything. Oh, thrust limiter's at 0. Jeez, what am I doing? Okay, so, well, actually, this might work out okay because this is falling. If it doesn't explode, we're good. It's the only thing that has to happen. As long as it doesn't explode. Yay, Minmus. Minmus. Okay, so this is a giant tank full of a bunch of fuel and battery power and a whole bunch of stuff for the starting base to connect with, refuel supply with, get monopropellant from, as well as break down for material kits to get a head start on Minmus with material kits and stuff. So, sounds good. We have our location marked. Pretty pumped about that. Let's get Surefry to EVA. And we're just gonna kind of come over and drop a flag here too. Just to make sure. Although flags, I don't know if flags are still exploding or not. Maybe we'll get it a little bit away from the tank just in case flags are still exploding. Yeah, we'll take a surface sample, why not? Shoot. EVA report. Wow, we haven't done that stuff yet? Where is this? We're in the, what biome are we in? Highlands. We haven't done the Highlands yet? I feel like that's, all right. I feel like we've done this before though. So I'm gonna call this Minmus Base. And this is where we'll make our base for Minmus. There we go. Minmus Base. Yep. Okay, Surefry, it's time to get you home and get you to the station so that you can start participating with your fellow Kerbals and you no longer have to be super lonely, and it's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, buddy. Board, and then yeah, we'll just go home, I guess. There's no point. We want to go 90 degrees, so that way. Up we go. Say bye-bye to Surefry. Oh, where are you going, Surefry? Oh, MechJeb's trying to keep me. Oh, MechJeb's trying to keep me pointed up. And that's pretty much it, guys. We're going to be going home now. You guys have seen that all the whole time. We now have a good location for our Minmus base. So I'll probably be sort of like, because our stuff is still on the way to Duna. So we got a little bit of time until we can actually do the Duna stuff. And I think it's probably a good idea to sort of set up something on Minmus before we get to Duna, just to have a rough idea of how this whole thing is going to work. Obviously, the Minmus base is not going to be nearly as big or as complicated as the Duna base is going to be, because it has a very specific purpose and it's not really like something I need to make self-sufficient necessarily, but we're gonna have mining operations there, and as you can see, we'll have plenty of different resources that we can take advantage of without having to pay for them and ship them into orbit and things like that. So in between episodes of assembling the space station, we'll probably be wanting to send some stuff up to the Minmus station and assemble that, and do ground bases on Minmus. So lots to do, guys. Thanks for watching. Like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more that are available in the future, and I'll see you for the next one.